And yes, we're starting to run out of days of the month of March. Many would like to forget about March. It's been rather turbulent, but this last weekend of March looks quiet in comparison. It's still cooler than normal across the country for the most part as well. Active weather-wise, Atlantic. Maritimes, you'll clear out through the morning. Newfoundland, especially the Avalon, you were targeted by rain and winds. Central portions of the country, Manitoba, northwestern Ontario, cloud cover, maybe a few flurries, not much more than that. Out west, we're dealing with another Pacific-based system moving inland, in through the interior, and eventually that will lead to the development of yet another Clipper system. So we'll talk about East Coast first. Looking at the temperatures, yes, seasonably cool across much of the region. In fact, the only area above normal is St. John's, the eastern Avalon. But once again, they're dealing with temperatures around 9 degrees, which is seasonably mild, obviously, but they're also dealing with wind and rain, obviously flooding is a potential. And this is going to be the story. Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, Cape Breton, you will be clearing out. It will be a wet start. Wet to start eastern Newfoundland, western Newfoundland to the north and into Labrador. You're dealing with snowfall. On the contrast, southern Ontario, southern Quebec, lots of sunshine. It's just going to be a little bit on the cool side. Once again, as we get into the afternoon and evening, rainfall clears from the Avalon. Conditions will improve. There's still going to be some sea effect on the back end of this system, possibly in towards Cape Breton as well. That will come to an end as we get into early Saturday morning. Passing cloud as we get into Saturday morning. There will be some response from Lake Huron and Georgian Bay as the cooler air moves over top. We're not talking about snow squalls. We're talking about some flurries that will rapidly come to an end. As we get through Saturday afternoon, evening, and overnight, another system will start to materialize. It starts to move in. This is our next Alberta Clipper system. Not a lot of oomph to it. So for the most part, it's a story about cloud cover and maybe a few flurries, and flurries will persist in through Atlantic Canada as well. So in terms of the forecast, we'll start off with the snow because, yes, we do have snow in the forecast all the way through Newfoundland. Hardest hit area will be Newfoundland and Labrador, up to St. Lawrence as well. And this snowfall will be, well, once again present, but also the rainfall will be as well. And you're noticing that across the Avalon. Another thing you'll notice is the winds, especially through the morning. We're talking about wind gusts in excess of 90 kilometers an hour. They'll gradually diminish as we get into the afternoon and evening. For southern Quebec, it's all about the temperatures. That combined with the winds will make it feel like the minus mid-teens. And this is for the afternoon in most areas. Montreal and down towards Gatineau, it's probably going to feel closer to minus 10. And this continues to be the case across the Great Lakes as well. Minus 4 in Ottawa feeling like minus 10. 1 degree Toronto feeling like minus 4. But it is quiet. Just have an extra layer. Across Western Canada, here's what to expect. There's still that contrast between the cold to the north and the warmer conditions to the south, at least for now. As we get into the weekend, that will change. Instead of near normal temperatures across the southern prairies, you will return to below normal, and that's going to be the story into the weekend. But it's fairly quiet as well. Once again, that Pacific system starting to move in, central north coast into some snow and some rainfall as well. But the south coast, it's really the story about cloud cover, but remaining dry. Snow then starts to develop over the BC piece, kind of crests across, moves across northern Alberta. High pressure then starts to wander in. That's going to create that cool down, but also more of an easterly wind component. So we will start to see some snowfall across the region, but right along the foothills, we're going to start to notice these heavier bands develop. This is going to be persistent through the day on Sunday. It's not set to be widespread, but just keep that in mind if you're going to be heading out through the Rockies and then again across the coastal mountains. We're still expecting snow through this last weekend of March.